Welcome back to another episode of The Lounge. I'm your host, The Lounge heavyweight champ, and I'm back here, man. Me and the guys, we back in town. We ain't did a live video. How long? We ain't did a live video in a couple
It's been
months,
a
man.
minute, man. It's been a minute.
It has been a while since we did a live. Man, y'all welcome, man. If you're new here, please like, comment, subscribe. All feedback is good feedback. And man, we're here to talk about free agency, post draft. It's been a lot going on, man. And the guys over here at the lounge are here to give our take. We missing some people, man, but we gonna make it rock with who we got going on, man. First and foremost, we got the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sixers super fan. You know what I'm saying? What they call him, Sixers Elroy. What is it playoff Elroy now? Since you done got P up there, it's playoff Elroy.
They definitely you gonna be Hunk out there now.
Yeah, sir. We got my man, Mr. Els, aka Bo Hagen, in the building.
What's good, folks?
What's good? And man, my boy from across the street, up the way, round the way. What J-Lo said, round the way or whatever. From the block, we got my boy, the 11-time kickball champ himself, Mr. Lucius Left Foot. How you doing tonight, Fed?
We doing good over here. Good vibes over here.
Good vibes, good
news, man. Break it down.
Good vibes. Some team. Now we're just gonna hop right into it with our free agent talk. Who, outside of your own favorite teams, who are some of the winners do y'all think of free agency so far? Of this whole draft into free agency process? Who are some of the bigger winners for you guys?
As far as teams or players?
Of course, players winning because they're making money. Let's just talk about teams as a collective.
I would say I like the Knicks, really.
Knicks are huge winners.
Especially picking up re-signing OG and picking up
Miles Bridges. Oh yeah, Mikhail, I'm sorry.
It's like the New York Nova, whatever you want to call them, Nova Knicks.
Nova Knicks.
Nova boys. Hey man, I'm kind of loving that, and the reason I like that for the Knicks is we all were trying to figure out how they were gonna do it. Honestly, that was a big question. Are they gonna be able to resign everybody? Are they gonna get Mikhail? Or are they gonna be able to keep OG? What do you do with Julius Randle? And I think they kind of put a lot of those to bed by what they did. They were able to we lied. That's funny. They were able to re-sign OG Anunoby. They were able to keep that threw me off a little bit. They did lose Harkinson, but they did extend Mitchell Robinson. They still got all them boys coming back up there. As well as I think they're in win now mode, if we're being honest. I think they overachieved a lot this past year, but it's only overachieving if you do it once, in my opinion. So I think that them being able to run it back with this team, and I like that. You ever feel like some teams get pressured by the media to move on from guys when they're not ready to? I
guess you can say that.
I like how the Knicks didn't budge under the pressure and actively shop Julius Randle. I like that. We got some people who don't care for Julius Randle, but I feel like, not yet, for sure. I feel like them not shopping Julius Randle shows that they really believe in what he can bring to this team. And who knows, heading down the stretch towards the end of the playoffs last year, I think Julius Randle could have made a difference in that Pacers series for sure, especially with Jalen Brunson getting hurt. He would have had Pascal on him. Pascal is a solid defender, but he could have alleviated a lot of the pressure that was on Jalen Brunson just by being there.
Yeah, he definitely could have helped out, especially depending on how they use him.
Yeah.
Another big one. I was going to say, I got another winner for y'all too. Another big winner for me is the New Orleans Pelicans. They got one more move to make because they got a lot of hands and not a big pot. To me, they have one more move that they need to make that they're gonna have to figure out. But I like the fact that they were able to bring in DeJounte Murray, and you didn't have to give up Herb Jones. You didn't give up Trey Murphy the third. You didn't give up Jose Alvarado. If you want to go even deeper, you didn't give up Jordan Hawkins, who's a young player on your team. But the only thing you have to figure out now is you got to figure out something to do with that center spot. If
there's a rumor saying that they shopping Herb Jones.
Yeah, it's a rumor, but you know how they do. They throw a lot of smoke screens. I think that I could really see them moving Brandon Ingram for a big this summer.
Yeah.
I thought that they were gonna move him at the deadline, but you got to think about it. What lineup do you want out there? Because Zion and Herb Jones both have to start, and DeJounte because you just traded for DeJounte.
Do you think that Herb Jones better than Brandon Ingram though?
No, but I feel like what they trying to do right now, I feel like
he
more
fits
consistent.
them better. Yeah. And even for what they're trying to do, I would even take a Trey Murphy because you need guys who can. Yeah. Spacing was their big issue last year. It's always hard to have spacing, especially when you have such a dominant inside presence like a Zion. Spacing is always going to be something hard to accomplish. And, you know, having a center like Valanciunas wasn't going to do it for him. Just honestly. So I think that with those being their biggest issues, I think Herb Jones and Trey Murphy are the guys you will want to keep over Brandon Ingram because Brandon Ingram can be something big for a contender. Perfect example. We always talked about teams who need guys. I know it's not rumored or anything, but we're just talking about centers. If you want to get rid of I could see them calling up the Cavs. Hey, Cleveland, give me Jared Allen in or whatever. You get BI. You know what I'm saying? It's just some stuff that I could see.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that that was another team that I felt like that's winning right now as far as free agency. They didn't trade for nobody, but they was able. The Cavaliers, they was able to re-sign Donovan Mitchell, and I don't know. I just feel like they got a complete team. Like I just don't know what they're missing, but I feel like they complete. You know, they got Garland, Mitchell. Who they don't got a Okoro no more. Who usually run small forward for them?
They don't. They got so that's their weakness is a wing. That's why I said Brandon Ingram. Their biggest weakness was a wing. It's always been like that because they have I'm trying to get his name Karis LeVert, but you don't know which Karis LeVert you're gonna get.
I feel like that. I feel like that Herb Jones would probably be a better fit for that Cavaliers team than BI.
I mean,
if they was gonna shop something.
If they say I don't for sure.
I don't think they shop Herb though. I think your goal is to pair him with another star, BI and what you call it, because you see how highly Cleveland already thinks of Evan Mobley. So and you saw how it seemed like they were frustrated with Jared Allen. So I could definitely see them moving on from Jared Allen, and then we got a different dynamic because we're a little bit smaller, but we're small anyway because Jared Allen is on like a 6'9" center, but he's a real center.
He might
and then you don't. Nah, he's only 6'9".
Nah.
Jared Allen is 6'9".
I'm talking about with shoes, with the fro, and mesh.
I mean that don't matter.
Well, I mean,
but now you're looking at a lineup where they fell flat was, especially in that Orlando series, it was Donovan Mitchell. That's the offense. Yeah, we live in a dying off Donovan Mitchell, and that can't always be. Garland is inconsistent to me. I love Darius Garland as a player, but I can't have you only scoring every other game. But I know what I'm getting out of Brandon Ingram. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, no. Because these last couple games or the last playoff run, he was all over the place.
He was hurt though.
I mean, but that's just kind of what he do though. Even when he's not.
Yeah, but
he crazy game. I'll give him that.
Another team I feel was a winner in this situation. I think that for all intents and purposes, the Clippers did not turn out as bad as we thought they might have, especially with them ending up losing Paul George. You were able to keep PJ. You got Batum back. You still got Kawhi. You got him extended. You still got James Harden. Got him extended. You were able to bring in today. They were able to bring in Miles Bridges. That's gonna be somebody that helps. That's a bucket. That's all he is. It's a bucket.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I didn't even see the Miles Bridges pick up. I didn't know that, so that's new to me.
Yeah, they picked up Miles Bridges earlier. So we're seeing all this stuff from the Clippers. And I'm feeling it. I'm not saying they're just gonna be the latest and greatest team, but they were able to bring some help in, essentially.
Yeah, they can make the play. Yeah.
I'm just not sold on.
I think the Clippers will make playoffs,
no, bro. No. They said that this could be a better year from Harden because he don't gotta focus on trying to get
so many people touches.
PG and Kawhi going, so he can play more of his game. I don't know, bro. I'm just feeling like that. Like
I'm not.
I feel
and
like
you picked up Kevin Porter Jr., who's a very solid player, by the way.
That's a good pickup. I feel like that the James Harden that everybody think that they're gonna get is long gone.
I mean,
but if past that now though, I think people understand that. Because that was years ago that people first started having that convo. I think people finally started coming around with it.
But he even took not a bit of a pay cut, but I mean he's not making OD money. And I think this team, the 2 to 3 star thing, you don't need that no more. You really only need one superstar and some solid starters and role players around them. And to me, that's what they got now.
Yeah, but I
feel like that's gonna get you maybe out west, but I feel like in the East you need a few superstars this now.
Other way around. Yeah, the West, the West is stacked.
Yeah,
the West,
the
West is gonna be a dog fight
out there, bro. But like, if you don't got multiple superstars in the East,
you can't get away with it.
Well, with the this kind of
this is why I say that.
But they're not even really a like. I feel like without the Tiltons, that East look way different.
It's horrible without them. This is why I say that. Even though the Bulls lost even though the Bulls lost Caruso, finna lose DeRozan and else, they're still probably gonna be a play-in team. Yeah, that's just how weak this is. The Hawks,
I gotta turn these notifications off.
So the Hawks
might flip in, depend.
Exactly. No, they tanking. No, they for sure tanking.
They tanking, but look who else is supposedly tanking.
I mean, yeah, but I think they got their pick back for a reason. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the show because I did want to bring it up. Now they're 1,000% tanking. Like
that's what it looks like.
They want Cooper Flag. That's what they want.
What team you just said? My bad.
The Nets. The Nets are 100% tanking.
Yeah, for sure.
It's no world where the Nets are trying to win games this year.
So why don't you just go ahead and get rid of everybody?
Because you don't want to you're not supposed to tank, so you don't want it to look like you're tanking, but you're tanking.
I'll at least get rid of Dorian Finney-Smith though.
I just feel like
they're trying to shop him. But what'd you say?
I feel like this. How you gonna tell me what to do with my team? Like if that's what we want to do, like I feel like that the NBA should just let them.
I mean,
I feel like as long as it ain't on some like really like illegal like breaking law type stuff. Okay, cool.
It's the thing like integrity for the game. No, you can't just go out here intentionally losing games.
Bro,
that's why. I mean, they're bad, but they're still, to me, they're not the worst team in the NBA. They're just gonna tank this year.
Yeah.
Oh, the Nets? No, they definitely.
They're not the worst team. No. I definitely think the Hornets are in worse shape than them, and I definitely think that the Blazers are in worse shape than them.
I don't know, bro, because you know what?
And until I see any different, the Pistons.
Wait, who's their coach this year?
I don't know, bro.
I have no clue. He just got hired though. They did just hire a new coach, but that's what I'm saying.
Now, what if they come in and be a playing team? That'd be great.
Oh, my bad to double back, but I wanted to backtrack on that. Being that you said something about coaching, I got to go back to the Cavs for a second. They got a new coach. I feel like that's going to help their team a lot. Maybe if they can figure out a way to. Because it just seems like when they play, you have games where Garland is hot, and then Mitchell is kind of like he's just around, and then if Mitchell is hot, then it's vice versa. It's like Garland's not around. So hopefully the new coach will be able to actually get both
Kenny
of them.
Atkinson.
Yeah, maybe he can get both of them going, and on top of actually use some of the youth they got. Because I just don't see why Imani Bates is sitting in the G League.
Because Imani Bates isn't good for NBA basketball.
He has talent though.
I mean, yeah, he has talent, but the problem is, and I saw this the other day. I saw a mix of Imani Bates working out, and that's exactly why he's not in the NBA right now. One, Imani Bates does not play defense at all. He's not gonna play. He's a non-factor on defense. He's not physical at all. Two, he's 6'10", but he settles a lot. Everything he plays like a player that's 6'3". And that's a problem when you're 6'10". Everything he practiced on this one practice highlight tape showed me exactly why he's not in the association. Every shot that Imani Bates took was some crazy step back or some fall away jumper or something. You didn't take a floater, you didn't take a layup, you weren't trying to get to the rim, you didn't have somebody bumping you with the pad. So you're 6'10", relying on jumpers. Like, for example, he was at Eastern Michigan. I saw a game of him at Eastern Michigan. He had multiple games where he shot four for 20 something. That's why Imani Bates isn't playing. Theoretically, Imani Bates should be exactly what they need, but he's not because they want 3-and-D, and
but he don't play no D.
He's not gonna give you no defense, and he's not gonna
a lot of 3 though.
That's why I thought he would have been a perfect 6-man.
Yeah, but then they kind of end up going to what's his name, Karis LeVert.
And Karis LeVert was perfect for him, but you keep getting wishy-washy games from Karis LeVert. One game, Karis LeVert will look like an all-star. Next game, Karis LeVert will look like Karis LeVert.
Yeah.
And also, when you have splits like this coming out of college, and you claim to be a scorer, we're not going to take you serious. Imani Bates splits in college. Overall, 40% from the field, 33% from 3. With splits like this, I'm not taking you serious as a scorer. When your average per game is 5 for 13, I can't take you serious, brother.
Now, I definitely feel you on that. But to double back on what Ed was talking about though, as far as Mitchell and Garland, it kind of reminded me of Luka and what's the name their first year, and Kyrie their first year. You just seen like one go off, the other one just then the other one, it's like when one of them not in the lineup, the other one go crazy. Basically.
Yeah,
it happens like that all the time.
And on top of injuries, and I will say this, and I just feel like that. I feel like that. Who did they play? Did they play? No, did they play the Celtics?
Yes, they did.
I feel like
they were. It wasn't a way where they won this series. No. I don't think they were going to win this series.
Oh no, there's no way.
No, I'm not. There's no way. But it would have been a better series if Mitchell would have been healthy.
I mean,
along with Allen.
Yeah, the Jared Allen might have made a difference, but the games where Donovan Mitchell played, they lost by it was 120-95. And the second game he was there and they won. And that's when Karis LeVert decided to play like Michael Jordan.
Yep.
And they scored, and every game after that he wasn't there. So that's where your problems come in at. Or he was there for game 3. He was there up until like game 4 and 5 of the series. Game 3, he did his thing. Nobody else could get off. And that's their problem. That's why I said if you turn Karis LeVert into Brandon Ingram, that's a win in any book. Turning Karis LeVert into Brandon Ingram is a win.
Yeah.
Any situation as a win. It depends on what Brandon Ingram you're talking about now.
I mean, at this point, I'm taking a chance on Ingram. Because he's not bad. He's not a bad player at all. He played rough in his last playoff run. Yes, I give you that. But he's a solid player. He was still this season. He was still averaging 25 and 5.
Yeah, I get that. But what I'm trying to get you to realize is not just this playoff run. It's anytime any big game when Zion's not there. You might well say he's not there either.
But Zion isn't. I'm gonna be honest. Your whole game kind of changes when you're Brandon Ingram going to Cleveland. If you end up in a place like a Cleveland, because now, first of all, Zion isn't Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland or Evan Mobley, a bunch of other guys who can get off, who just need someone to be consistent at that spot to tie it all together.
Okay. I mean, I'm trying to stay with you.
I mean, that's what I'm feeling. I feel like they're missing consistency out of the 3 spot.
Yeah. I mean, if they do that, though, they're still gonna need better perimeter defense, though. Like either way you look at it.
I mean, they have some solid defenders. Like during that entire Celtic series, it might not have looked like it, but on the eye test from you watching the games, Max Strus was a phenomenal defender that series. Max Strus took the Tatum assignment and was phenomenal with it. Tatum was just hitting tough shots. Max Strus took the Tatum assignment that series.
Who did they draft? Didn't they draft didn't they just draft before?
I can go back. Let's double check. Y'all keep going while I check this out. They drafted Jalen Tyson out of Cal, which is a 6'6" forward. Yes.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see how he do.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about him.
I don't know much either. Now, another team who really did some big things in free agency to me was the Orlando Magic, who went out.
I actually was about to just say them too.
And got themselves a shooter. You relocked in Jonathan Isaac because when he plays, he does pretty good when he plays. But in my opinion, sometimes the best ability is availability. And to me, Jonathan Isaac doesn't have it all the time, but that's neither here nor there. Now you have a starting 5 of you're more than likely going to start Jalen Suggs, probably start KCP, Franz Wagner, Jonathan Isaac, and Paolo. Or even if you want to go a little further and keep bringing Jonathan Isaac off your bench, you still got Wendell Carter. But I don't think they're paying him $80 million to come off the bench.
You feel like that? I feel like they overpaid a little bit for Caldwell Pope.
I mean, so the thing about free agency is you have to spend the money.
That's low key what I was trying to get into. Like, if you want to,
you have to spend the money.
You kind of got to put a little extra oomph with it. Because if you don't,
but no, they make you spend a certain percentage of your cap every year.
Well, no, I'm saying I get that, but realize like the location too. That plays a factor too, though. As far like because players paying attention to the text too. I promise you that.
I don't think they overpaid for KCP because look at what you're getting out of Kentavious Caldwell Pope. He's going to shoot. He's going to be a solid shooter every year. He's going to play a great defense. You said, what's the biggest thing we said all series? We said they lack that experience and that depth and that championship pedigree. That's what KCP brings. It's 40% free throw shot. He's dang near 50, 40, 90 guy who has a championship. He knows what these championship teams do. He knows what they need. You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff just gets brought to this young team. And I feel like they're kind of gonna eat that up.
And that's really the going rate for a 3-and-D. They got a ring on his finger. I ain't gonna lie. Because you see what Bruce Brown got that year after they won.
And I think he's a blueprint for what you would want out of a guy. He can help. I feel like he helps a lot. He helps more than he hurts you.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
Because they would have won that game 7 if they had KCP. Because Franz Wagner shot 1 for 15, and KCP's not shooting 1 for 15.
Franz did shoot kind of.
Franz shot horrible in that game, and they guess how much they lost by? They lost by 8. And I know KCP is giving you at least 10 points, 10 or 12 points.
So we talking about the Magic, right? Because it was up the whole pretty much that whole
game.
The whole first half, then leading to the second half, it was all fizzling out. I was watching that, but the intensity was there though. I'll give him that.
And that wasn't a Franz Wagner game. Franz Wagner is a solid player. That's not a Franz Wagner game.
Yeah.
Like Franz Wagner averaged 20 this year. He averaged 20 and 5 this season.
For sure. So like, yeah, I knew that wasn't him. When I was watching, I'm like, nah, he gonna be back. He gonna be back.
And you're getting Paolo more and more help. See, I think the Magic. What impresses me the most about the Magic is they didn't fall into a rut like some of the other teams who have been bad a long time. Like Detroit, another team that's been bad a long time. It's like, yeah, you get them some credit for trying to bring Cade a little bit of help, but it's not there. The Hornets aren't bringing any help for LaMelo Ball anytime soon. Yeah. What it looks like. Another team, the Pacers, they went and got help for Halliburton. So it's stuff like that when these younger players, they need help, and these organizations hinder them so much. But for them to not be getting hindered by incompetence in the front office, that's great, because a lot of front offices, like the Kings are the prime example of this. The Kings ran it back that year that they were like 2 or 3. Yeah, and guess what? They finished with the exact same record and ended up in the play-in.
Yeah. It was tough. It was tough voice, man. Tough stat.
Exactly. So rather than trying to wait for everybody else to get better, they took their chance to get better, and they were a 5 seed last year. But I think at this point they're better than the Bucks, and I think as of right now they're better than the Cavaliers. The only 3 teams who are just better than them, maybe leaps and bounds better, is the Celtics and Knicks, and I feel like you can have a conversation about Philadelphia. Other than that, it's no other teams that are just visibly better than them.
Yeah.
The Bucks are the Bucks are gonna be all right, but what are you gonna say? Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, how you feel about the Spurs picking up CP3?
Solid pickup. You're gonna win like maybe 10 more games. You may win more, just depends. I think they're still one more something away.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
It's not really built for them like winning.
It's not built. They're not gonna win now.
I think they're not like a developmental move to help Wemby and help the team.
I wonder why they don't look at like DeRozan.
It just doesn't fit their timeline. DeRozan gonna want to.
Yeah, but he does though. But he does though. You gotta realize he gonna be able to pass the ball.
Go ahead, Chris Paul is an aging star. That's how he fits. He wants to keep playing. He knows a ring is probably off the table, but he wants to keep playing, and they need an actual point guard. They didn't have a point guard last year. Exactly.
So, I mean, he fits the team. You can say he fit the team, but
he fits their timeline because he buys you another year or two to find an actual guard, or if like they got Trey Jones, so he buys you a little more time to get Trey Jones ready or get ready to find somebody else. Chris Paul just buying you time to find your future point guard.
They did get Stephon Castle though.
Yeah. So that's what Chris Paul is gonna mentor that team. That's a young team, man.
And put Castle up on his wing too.
So to me, that's what you're paying for.
But back to what you were saying earlier though about the you saying getting them some help like Cade and all that. If you look at the history, most teams didn't get their players no help until they got a certain amount of wins. Like until they got like over a certain level, that's when they got some help. Same thing with Ant. Until you made the play in and stuff, they ain't get no help.
I mean, but they were gradually improving though. We could see them improving every year.
That was a reason, but even besides him, like that's how it goes though. Like they're not just finna like you get 19 wins, they're not just finna load the team up with like all type of talent.
I mean, yeah, you're right, but that's why I feel like they're changing, they're shifting it. Because Paolo's only been in the league, like 2 years?
Yeah, he's still fresh.
And it's already looking like we got a future superstar, and they're gonna take advantage of this while they can. Because technically Paolo's not even in his prime yet. So this might not even be the best version of Paolo Banchero that we see.
No, he still got some more polishing to do, but you can tell it's there. If you watch any of the playoffs, you can tell it's there.
And he just took a solid. I don't think the Cavs are great, but he took a solid Cavs team to 7 games.
Yeah.
So, and also another big winner this free agency to me is the Timberwolves have won this offseason strictly because they didn't get comfortable. Like another team that could have easily ran it back, They didn't get comfortable. The biggest thing that they did for me was they went out and they got a point guard. They got Rob Dillingham for a little of nothing. And I think that's the most important thing about it because, and they're not losing much because if everything goes well, when those draft picks come up, Rob Dillingham will be 27 and Ant will be 30 when those draft picks come up. So there, that means you could be still pretty good at that time. So they're not losing much. The only time you're losing if you're in a situation like the Nets gave up their future for some picks and they ended up sucking. So those picks were extremely good. If they're not lottery picks, then you did good. And I feel like Rob Dillingham next to Anthony Edwards behind Mike Conley for a little second and playing with the rest of that team that they have over there, you were able to keep Naz Reid on the roster. You still got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. You picked up Joe Ingles, somebody else that's going to help you with some shooting down the stretch.
Yeah.
The only player,
PJ Dozier too.
Yeah, but if your only big loss this season was Kyle Anderson, then I'm okay with that being my only loss of the offseason.
Yeah, thanks. I can live with that.
I can live with that.
Yeah.
Another team who I really want to give some praise to. I know we're kind of breaking down just about every team, but the Mavericks in specific need a little bit more praise because they were able to get some shooting in that lineup, as well as they didn't stay comfortable. They kept it pushing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see how that goes. I look to see. What's his name? I'm sorry. I just had a mind fart. I look to see Derek Lively taking a jump, a bigger of a jump this season.
Yeah.
They also went out and got Quentin Grimes, who's going to help them out a little bit.
It's gonna be interesting.
And I just look to see these guys make some bigger jumps going into this next season. They also, they're gonna get better. They did lose a little bit of their athleticism on the wings, but that is what it is. So I'm just interested to see how that goes. I think they have to, but with that being the case, I think Luka has to improve on defense this season. He can't just be out there looking like a cone because now Luka, you're not the worst defender in your lineup. Klay Thompson is. So Luka, you can't be the worst defender in your lineup.
But even
I don't think Luka playing no defense, bro.
I think the whole team got to step it up, honestly. Really. But I feel like they know what it takes to get there. So Klay do too, though. So
yeah,
like I was just getting some random dude now. Yeah, I ain't getting exactly me. Nah, come on.
Hopefully, you can have a better season from Klay. I mean, I don't feel like he did too bad last season, but he had his stretches with he just couldn't, his shot couldn't fall.
I think it was the moments for really like. I think he didn't show up in the moment they need him the most, really. Even besides playing, really more than that. But I think Klay hungry though. I think Klay pissed off. I'm gonna be honest. I think Klay don't like how everything went down.
He already said he's wanting a new start.
Yeah, he pissed off.
Nah, we couldn't avoid it for too long. Let's go ahead and talk about it.
Let's
talk about the Lakers.
I like it.
Now let's talk about the Lakers. Let's go ahead and get it over with. Lakers off season, how we feeling?
Bro, they ain't did nothing. They did
nothing.
I think the draft was their biggest. Y'all gonna say that draft was their biggest thing.
Yeah, they got Bronny and they got a head coach. That's really
they got Dalton Kmet. They got Dalton Kmet. Please don't disrespect Dalton Kmet. You watch the tournament,
bro. Be quiet.
Don't disrespect Dalton Kmet.
Anyway, bro. What? Okay. Besides the draft, what moves did they make?
I mean, that's enough.
They missed out on everything.
I don't think they missed out on everything. I think it's just hard to get people to want to come to the Lakers.
How?
Because even Klay said he didn't come because he didn't like the expectation that comes with being a Laker.
I think Klay don't count because Klay was already battered and bruised up from his own people, so they don't count.
But I don't think this is a bad thing, though. You got a new coach, bring you a new culture in. You had solid rookies. Everybody talked about the Bronny situation, but if you could have did the same for your son, you would have. And Bronny's not a bad player. He's objectively not a bad player. I saw a report earlier that they had new additions to the coaching staff. Let me see if I can go find that
Oh
report
yeah,
real quick.
I did see that. One was Scott Brooks.
Yeah, they added Scott Brooks and added another former coach. I'm trying to think. Mine, I just had a brain fart.
Yeah,
But
it's
so
coaching
it's
staff.
his coaching staff is nice.
I wonder if they bring what's the name back. What's dude's name? They used to work with Braun and Kyrie in Cleveland.
Mike Brown.
No, he he won like Phil Hands. They name.
I don't know if it ain't a head coach. Huh? You lost me on that one, brother.
I I feel like you've seen him before. If I showed you a picture.
Hate to jump off topic a little bit, but did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Charlotte picked up Kemba Walker for
Yeah, on the coaching staff.
Yep.
Salute, man. Salute.
Yeah, I did see that.
I ain't even mad with it, man.
But I'm sorry, I'm still looking for the coaching staff. Y'all keep going. I'm looking for this coaching staff.
Well, I give you that real quick. Hold on.
They didn't really do too much, bro. Like, it's not really too much to say about them. Their team look almost pretty much the same. They just got their draft picks, really. Got a little younger, I guess.
McMillan. My bad.
Who was it?
Nate McMillan.
Nate McMillan. Okay. Nate McMillan is a great defensive coach, by the way.
We'll draw his name from consideration.
Nate McMillan is a great defensive coach.
Oh no, for sure. He got another little stuff put together though. You know, Scott Brooks. I'm trying to get all the names right.
Els, I'm just interested to see what JJ Redick can do. He already said the focal point of his offense is going to be Anthony Davis. They want everybody to get to shooting and playing solid defense, but he wants to run the offense through Anthony Davis and actually stick to it. If he sticks to it and makes adjustments, I'm not upset. They're still going to move D'Lo. D'Lo's not on this team when the season starts.
So who's the point guard?
I say he's going by deadline.
I do think he's. I don't think he's on this team for the whole season.
For sure.
LeBron can still run your point guard. That doesn't matter.
He kind of halfway do that anyway.
Yeah, LeBron do that anyway. Huh?
Do you want him running your point guard?
D'Lo wasn't running point guard for him.
D'Lo was more like a spot up shooter.
Yeah, D'Lo was more like a 2. LeBron's still gonna be running point. Austin Reeves ran more point guard than he did last year.
That is kind of true. Because D'Lo, he'll bring the ball up, but he ain't really want points. Sometimes you're like, nah.
Anthony Davis, if I'm not mistaken, behind LeBron, Anthony Davis averaged the most assists on the team.
Well, I think he had more usage than D'Lo.
He probably did. Yeah, outside of LeBron ran point guard last year, but him and Anthony Davis had the average the most assists on the team.
Well, yeah. That's kind of how it ends up. But I'm looking back at that Pelicans trade, though. I'm like, you can't tell me ain't no Lakers trades going on now. Come on.
What you mean?
They could have easily made a better offer than that. I don't think it's that simple when it comes to the Lakers. I'm gonna be honest. I said this last time we were talking about the Lakers.
But who could they really want from the Lakers?
I mean,
that the Lakers are willing to part ways with.
I think the Lakers are. You give them the right offer, I think they'll come off. They'll come off Rui. I don't think they'll come off AR though.
The Lakers' problem was always there. They had a lot of wings and had bad guard play. But does DeJounte Murray really fix that for you?
I mean, I think it helps out a lot though.
Because DeJounte's not a spot up shooter.
But
he's gonna need the ball in his hand.
I think when it came playoff time, they could use the extra perimeter defender though, for sure. They could use that.
I mean, yeah, but they didn't lose on the perimeter. In my opinion, they didn't lose on the perimeter.
I don't know. I feel like they could have made a major difference. I feel like because D'Lo, he won there. He had like 1 or 2 games he did a little something. Other than that, nah, he had 0-1 game.
Exactly. Why he's not on that team.
So imagine you got somebody that gonna give you at least 10-15 and playing defense. Come on,
And that's why I feel like Bronny and Dalton Kmet both help out because they're both gonna do that. Dalton Kmet is a solid. Dalton Kmet is a solid all around offensive player. I can see him getting minutes immediately. I can see him getting minutes immediately.
But he was an older pick, so it's like he was plug and play. Like I think that he was already ready for the NBA. But Bronny,
he definitely was.
I think Bronny just got the biggest question mark right now.
I think they gonna start him off on the bench, but he gonna end up getting heavy minutes though. I see it.
Yeah, I can see it. Like Dalton Kmet at Tennessee had Tennessee rocking, man.
For sure.
L's phone just died.
Oh yeah, he's bad.
Yeah, here we go.
Especially when Tennessee played. You remember when they played Purdue? But that game was so lit.
I'm telling you. Dalton Kmet, he serious guy, man. He's the truth. Let me see if I can pull up his college stuff real quick. Dalton Kmet in his senior season at Tennessee was a
plus, right? I know it was 20 plus.
Yeah, he was averaging 21 a game last year. And he's a solid free throw shooter. He did his thing. Shooting 39% from three. That's something that can, it can always be improved upon. And yeah, he just did his thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're really not getting too much higher than 39 though. That's
a high percentage.
Yeah.
And Tennessee
they did most for their pick too, though. I can't lie.
And Tennessee finished first in the SEC, by the way.
He was supposed to go in the lottery.
Yeah, I thought he would have got picked a lot higher.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee was first in the SEC, and they made it to the Final Four this year.
Yeah, that boy was out there hooping this year, and he was out there leading them. Boy.
Exactly, he was the best player on that team by far.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see him like on an all rookie team.
I wouldn't either. And we were talking about, was Bronny ready for the league? I think Bronny went to college to say, hey, I went to college. But I think the best version of Bronny could have easily been seen going to play over in Australia or something. In the ABA or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I don't think people realize
he wanted to stay close to home though.
Them people in college that average 20 points a game, I'm telling you, them some real scores right there, man.
Especially averaging 20 a game at a higher level school. He didn't just go to a little rinky-dink school. He went to average. He was in the SEC.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing to do, though. It's not.
And he was like a few minutes away from playing in the Natty.
Because the coaches on the other team, if you start getting too hot, they'll focus the whole everything on you. I'm talking about early. Like they don't want you to get no type of nothing. Momentum or nothing.
Now, it is a player that I want to bring up.
LeBron.
A team that I want to bring up that I'm extremely high on this next season after I went back and watched the tapes on what I was looking at. Memphis Grizzlies. I think that I need to be a lot higher on the Memphis Grizzlies than I am. Yes, they picked up Zach Edey, but you do realize who they had on their roster and who they were starting for a minute, but he just could never see the floor. They had Steven Adams on the roster and couldn't get him on the floor. Zach Edey can do what Steven Adams did.
For sure.
And he can probably do it a little bit better because he's a little younger.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
so exactly. So I'm like, was it a bad pick? Maybe. But are you mad at a team like that? That isn't a lottery team. Let's be honest. They're not a lottery team. Their best player's shoulder just decided to fall apart.
Well, more than that, though. He made 25 games at the beginning, but
Exactly.
He did get hurt when he got back, though. I give you that. He did get hurt.
I think for them, Edey is going to have to everybody say that he can shoot. I feel like that he's going to have to start doing that because I don't really see on paper, to me, it just don't seem like the best fit because it just seems like you clog up the paint for Ja, and that's what Ja get his buckets at.
But the thing about it is, Steven Adams played the dunker spot for them. That's all he did. And Ja's not like a regular athletic. Ja is jumping over people. He's dunking on people. He's jumping over them. And the rest of your lineup is still Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bane, and Ja Morant. Jaren Jackson can objectively shoot. Yeah. Desmond Bane is a pretty good shooter. And Marcus Smart isn't just you can't just leave Marcus Smart open. Yes, you live with Marcus Smart shooting the ball in clutch situations, and I think they're gonna move Marcus Smart, but that's for another day. Yes, but you can't just leave Marcus Smart open.
I feel like that Jaren Jackson is honestly a little underrated.
Offensively, to me, yes.
Yes, big time.
Offensively,
Because I
yes.
got a chance to see him in person. Now, granted, both teams was injured, and I mean, he was like, he was there. Then he was basically their team. But I just didn't think that, like, going into the game, I just felt like that. Of course, it was Sixers versus the Memphis. I felt that I thought we was gonna blow them out. To be honest, even without Maxey and Embiid on the court. But bro, I'm talking about you got Jaren Jackson bringing the ball up. His handle's not that bad. Like he looked good. He
Mm-hmm.
looked like a solid player, bro. I mean, everybody already know what he can do on the defensive side, but I just wasn't expecting to see what I seen from him from the offensive side.
Everybody, and that's the thing. Jaren Jackson is a very underrated offensive talent. But when fully healthy, you got 3 out of your 5 guys giving you 22 plus points a game. Desmond Bain gonna do it shooting 40% from 3. Ja is continuing to get better at shooting. He's not the best, but he's continuing to get better at shooting. Jaren Jackson's 32% from 3, which isn't bad for someone at his position. Zach Edey, all he gotta do is hit a mid range.
That's what I was going to get into. At least if he can hit a close shot immediately, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's
like it was, and it's also gonna be hard to play against Zach Edey because for him, he's 7'4". He's a solid 7'4".
Oh yeah,
and that's the problem that you run into. Him being a solid 7'4".
He's not like a Wemby 7'4".
Yeah, Wemby's a lot more moving. He's gonna move around, whatever. But Zach Edey seemed like the type of guy to have Bruiser Hall of Fame.
Oh no, he's past Hall of Fame. Oh no.
I'm about to say on goal. I feel like Steven Adams had that Hall of Fame.
Steven Adams, he different breed. He invented it.
He's laying you out.
Yeah, you're not getting up from that. Yeah, you going to the locker room.
And the thing about Zach Edey is, he can hit a free throw line jump shot because he was a 71% free throw shooter this past season.
Yeah.
And that's something that he improved on every year in college. Every year except for one, he stayed above 70% from the free throw line. And he was
go ahead.
And he was giving you, and he was 71% from the line, and he was still giving you on average. Let me get his. I've just lost his average that fast. He was still giving you 25 and 12. He was an offense that you don't just lose that. And he's capable of on the defensive end. And I think the biggest thing about Zach Edey is for him to be 7'4". I didn't like him for my team, but for this team, it's solid because Zach Edey was still able to average more blocks per game than fouls per game. And I think that's something you really have to look into.
Yeah. I can
being inside with that wingspan and stuff. To do.
You're still averaging two blocks a game and only getting 1.9 fouls a game. So it's pretty even. But if you telling me you can get me, let me check his per 100 possessions real quick. If you're telling me that you can give me a 97 defensive rating, which is a college rating, I don't know how the defensive rating works. But if you're telling me per 100 possessions, you're giving me 4 blocks and only 3.5 fouls, I think I'm taking my chances on it.
Yeah.
I can do that.
So yeah. Let's get into it. Some losers. One of the losers off the top of my head, as of today, the Heat are loser.
Can I add a category to that? Can I add a question mark?
What's up?
I'm saying, like, can I add a category called question mark? Because, like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, I don't know. Type thing.
Yeah, we can do that.
I really.
A question mark to me is the Washington Wizards, because you pick up Jonas Valanciunas, you didn't move Kuzma, you still got Jordan Poole. and you got Malcolm Brogdon now. What are y'all doing?
Yeah, that Malcolm Brogdon one to me.
Trying to lose, bro.
Yeah, but you're not trying hard enough.
Yeah, it's like you had too much talent to be trying to lose. Like, what are you doing? What we doing? Oh yeah, I don't know what made him want Malcolm Brogdon, but I don't know. Maybe he gonna get rerouted. I don't know.
At least with the Nets, we got a direction for you losing.
Sort of. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At least with the Nets, we know that they went and got their pick back.
Yeah, but before then, they couldn't have been losing. They were just losing for fun. But they was actually trying to win. They just couldn't win. That's crazy.
I feel like what you can might as well throw the Jazz in there too, bro. Because I don't feel like they're doing too much. They just kind of staying stagnant. Only move that they made was picking up Eubanks.
And the Jazz are another confusing team because they always compete to a certain extent. I'm like, get rid of Lauri Markkanen. You're not gonna get nothing for John Collins because apparently John Collins has no value according to everybody. You got some with Keontae George and Walker Kessler. Those are your two untouchable guys. You got something there. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Clarkson is still a solid player.
How do you not make Larry one of your untouchables though?
Because it's still more to get out of Lauri Markkanen because he's so solid and such a good player and fits so many different places. It's gonna be pretty easy to get a decent haul for him. Oh, yeah. You gotta look. Mikal Bridges is a solid player, yes, but Mikal Bridges just brought 5 draft picks, first round picks at that.
Well, the whole haul was kind of crazy.
So you got to be thinking you can get something similar with Lauri Markkanen because at least Lauri Markkanen has been an all-star. Granted, it was a situational all-star where he was the home team, all that crap. All-star's all-star.
Lauri been in trade rumors for years, though.
So I don't know. I don't think is Lauri Markkanen untouchable for you because you can't move John Collins because he has no value apparent according to everybody.
So you saying just keep John Collins?
I mean, like they weird because Danny Ainge was just saying a week ago that Lauri was almost untouchable, and if you did want him, like it's gonna be they're taxing for him.
I mean, they probably are, but somebody will give you them 5 picks.
But I don't know, bro. Like
somebody get desperate.
I don't think that you move like because I feel like he's their best player. Like you don't move your best player.
But he is your best player, but that's the go ahead, Vanessa.
I was gonna say this thing about the Jazz though. They've been on this little thing for like whenever they blew the team up, they just been kind of like basically just floating. They just kind of been there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I believe they're sitting on stuff because they got some other picks and stuff coming up off of that Rudy trade alone.
Rudy trade. But
so you know they got some stuff coming up.
I think they're more so trying to pull like what OKC was doing, and like whatever players they do have, they might try to flip them and get more trades. I mean, more asset, more draft capital.
Exactly. So that's a question mark one. Another team that's a question mark is Portland for me. Are you gonna move Jeremy Grant? What are you gonna do?
Are you moving DeAndre?
You got Jabari Park. You got Jabari Walker, who's not horrible, but he's gonna need play time. Like, what are you gonna do? Robert Williams over there just chilling. Shaden Sharp over there just chilling. So Anthony Simons, something's gonna have to give.
Yeah.
You went and got Denny, but the thing about going to get Denny is now, okay, say you start Scoot, Anthony Simons, Denny, Jeremy Grant, DeAndre Ayton. That's not doing nothing for you.
Yeah, I was about to say their roster it's not filling out right. Like I think they need to start over.
I think it's filling out right. It's just gonna take time, and I don't know how patient they're gonna be with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if your big 3 is Scoot, Anthony Simons, and Denny Avdija, then you need to move Jeremy Grant. If that's gonna be if them gonna be your guys,
I'm not opposed
then
to
you
it.
need to move Jeremy Grant.
I don't think they play style fit the best, honestly.
I think
And
you suck.
you get the most back for him if we're talking about like what you trying to keep.
I think you should suck this year and go for something next year. Because you're directionless. You won 21 games last year, and adding Denny wins you 2 more games.
Yeah.
They tried their hardest to win. What's their best case scenario? A 10 seed? Like, come on.
Another team that's a question mark for me is the Kings because De'Aaron Fox has openly stated that he's trying to wait to see how free agency plays out before he signs an extension.
If I'm a Sacramento front office, I got to be shaking in my boots. Well, I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I mean, shit. They did get Malik Monk back, but who else did they get? I just looked at that.
That's it.
You lose De'Aaron Fox. That's it. That's the show.
Yeah. Go back to mediocrity.
Since you took my question mark, I add
Alex Lynn, and
Try.
that's really about it.
So you added no wins. You're probably gonna be
got,
the same team.
They got Jalen McDaniel.
So you added no wins. It's not Jaden. That's Jalen.
No,
that's his brother. That's his brother. Yeah. He's not Jaden though. He's not Jaden.
Yeah. Jalen.
I know, but you get what I'm saying. He's not Jaden. So you don't get no better. If it's Jaden, you get better, but that's not Jaden. So you ain't got no better. So we still got the same team.
Yeah, yeah. That team is.
Yeah, I mean, I respect the fact that they did run it back though. The last year, I respect that they did run it back, but they got to make some changes though.
How y'all feel about the Suns?
The Suns trash, honestly. But the Suns, I'm just gonna kind of wait it out and see what happens. Because the thing about the Suns is they have a young GM and he's not a young owner, and he's not gonna blow this up right now. Oh, no. Even though he should, but he's not gonna blow it up right now. Exactly, his pride. That's exactly what it is. Young owners have a lot of pride. I was listening to the numbers on the board earlier, and they said the same thing. Young owners have a lot of pride, so he's not going to admit that. He's not ready to admit that he's defeated yet.
Oh, you heard what he said about his team. He's talking about like 20 some other GMs would love to have it and trade T.
No, they would not.
No, you lying. Come on.
He just
Where, bro? You got star players, and then it's a huge drop off.
The second apron is hurting them bad.
Like who wants that? Who want to get traded for that? Like who want? No.
Cool. Now, one last team who I need to know, who I have a question mark for, is the Atlanta Hawks. Because what are you doing with Trae Young? He has already said that he wants to play on a contender. So what are you doing with Trae Young? What did you do in the draft? Zachary Ricochet is not bad. I don't know why you don't take Alex Carr since we know you're not bringing back. Since we know you're not bringing back. What's Buddy's name? Since we know you're not bringing back center.
Oh, you talking about Clint Capella?
Yeah, since you know you're not.
Yeah. They also still got DeAndre Hunter.
Still got Jalen Johnson. So what are you doing?
I mean, they do have solid pieces though. Like if they did want to blow it up,
I feel like they should send him to the Lakers, bro.
I mean, he'll fix the guard, bro.
Yeah, but it's like I'm thinking about in return. Then what direction would the Hawks go in though?
I mean, you're going in the rebuild. You're going in the rebuild. You get D'Lo and you go in the rebuild.
Well, I'm saying,
but you just had the number. Do you want D'Lo?
What?
D'Lo's probably gonna be a part of the deal, but I don't know if you want.
You about to say they just had number one pick? Yeah, I mean,
then you wasted it. In everybody's eyes right now, you wasted that pick because you didn't take a big to pair along with him. You lost the Pelicans trade because if you had drafted Alex Carr and you knew you were gonna move to DeJounte Murray, you could have got Brandon Ingram. I know it's a way you could have got Brandon Ingram
easily.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why everybody's confused. Because you did that trade and basically got Larry Nance and Dyson Daniel. I like Dyson Daniel, but that's all you got. But you got a point guard already, so you don't need Dyson Daniel per se.
Yeah.
So you got Larry Nance.
I'm surprised they got up off Dyson so quick though. I mean, I guess for him
because
probably
they
did the
they
same
weren't
thing
finna
too.
get they weren't finna get a Hawks a chance to think about that dumb stuff
You know what I'm saying?
they accepted.
I would have, I would hit the green button too. I wouldn't thought
I
about
ain't
it.
even gonna you let us still keep Brandon Ingram when we were already thinking about shopping him.
They keep their whole foundation intact.
Exactly, which means I can still shop. Think about it. If I'm missing a big or whatever, I can go call up. I can call up. I can send Brandon Ingram wherever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Teams probably want his services.
I can go. I can go call up the Raptors. Hey, give me Jakob Pertl and Grady Dick. You take Brandon Ingram. I can. I can call. I can call up. Shoot. You know what I'm saying? I can
I
call
get
up
what you're saying.
Detroit if you want to. Detroit, give me Jalen Duren and you can have him. I'm just saying it's just so many different directions that you can go now because you still got Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
They do make you more flexible though.
If I want to just feel, even though I know this probably not gonna go, if I want to just fill my roster out more, I can call Miami to fill my roster out some more.
For sure.
In a way.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just so many different directions you can go right now. You can the Nets, even though they re-signed Claxton, you can call the Nets for Claxton and they can buy him out and let him go.
Bro, Claxton not bad though. I'm not gonna lie. I
I
think
know he
Claxton
not.
just
That's
need to
what I
get out
said.
story on a contender, man. I ain't gonna lie. I seen when he I seen some battles he had with Embiid. I ain't gonna lie. Now Claxton offense nowhere near Embiid's. I ain't gonna lie, but his defense.
He's just athletic, bro. He's athletic.
Yeah.
He's on a good contract too.
He got good
Him only
too.
$25 million a year for, and I compare a lot to Jared Allen's contract because Jared Allen is the blueprint for good contracts. He's making 20 a year, and Nick Claxton making 25 a year.
That's wild.
Yeah, and that's why I say I think he ends up in Cleveland if he ends up anywhere because now it seems like Cleveland trying to go in.
Since we're back on Cleveland, I'm trying to see. So is Donovan all in now? Or is he just trying to sign his contract?
I'm so confused. I thought he didn't want to be there, and I just don't think
that be the media be making up all this mess, bro. But I don't know because to what
he said it though.
Yeah, mid last season he was trying to get out of there, but
he was talking about the New York area.
Yeah. But once the offseason had started, he had put out. I seen something he had put out was like basically like the media was capping,
Yeah, and I think what changed it for real was
the little playoff run.
That playoff run, yeah, 1,000%. And now you see that, hey, we might not need Jared Allen because we were solid without Jared Allen. But now they were solid without him.
Yeah, but y'all need him because y'all don't have another center.
I mean, him and Evan Mobley are the same size.
But Evan Mobley,
he's not what you call it. He's a power forward. He can't.
But
he got a grown man body yet.
Yeah, that too.
And it's gonna get there.
Hopefully, he might stay that size, bro.
I mean, regardless though, you got ways you can go.
Yeah, well, I agree with that.
Shoot, they can go pick up if they want a center. Go pick up Dwight Howard. It's some centers you can pick up.
I don't know why nobody don't got Dwight Howard on their roster.
Bro, Dwight's solid, man. Dwight's solid.
It's yeah. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. If you just want a center that bad, for sure.
Oh, 4th of July vibes.
It's lit time now.
So yeah, that's just what I'm saying, man. It's just so much you can do, and I don't know if Brandon Ingram for Jared Allen. Who says no?
You said who for who?
Jared Allen for Brandon Ingram. Who says no?
I feel like it worked.
That trade feels very easy.
For us, it sounds good, but them GMs, you never know. Somebody might be like, add a pick here, add a pick there.
I mean, yeah, but that's what the trade gonna revolve around.
Yeah.
I think it's then you go now you got a different dynamic because now you got Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, um, George Niang was playing solid, so you probably start George Niang, or you can start Max Strus, who was playing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Or you could keep starting Karis LeVert. Who cares? But then you got Brandon Ingram and Evan Mobley. That fixes a lot of your spacing issues. Remember that first playoff series, the issue they were running into with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley was couldn't nobody shoot.
Well, yeah. So yeah, that had a lot to do with it. Especially
So you
Coral. He's still never mind. Just
I think he a free agent this year.
he's still on the team.
Oh, he is.
Mm-hmm. Let me see who they drafted real quick though.
some of the Cavs.
Yeah, they drafted Jalen Tyson. So yeah, I mean, it's just it's a bunch of different directions you can go in.
Well, yeah, the
Man,
Cavs that spot though. They just gotta make the right choice. That's all I'm gonna say.
some teams we haven't mentioned though. Y'all got anything to say about the Pistons?
Oh, we kind of halfway spoke on them, not too much though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see another win
Um,
in their future. It's all good. It's all good.
definitely. Bucks.
I was questioning they draft pick a little bit. That was my question mark. But
Yeah.
than that, I
Who they
mean,
draft?
Some AJ something. AJ Johnson or something. He averaged like 2 points over in Australia.
Oh wow.
yeah, but like, I
Um,
don't put too much stock in the stats though. But at the same time,
Doc Rivers did that.
too wow.
though,
Thunder. Harkenstein, great move. Getting
Yeah,
rid
that
of
was,
the Giddler. It was
they
a
got
great move. They got Caruso as well.
Russo and Hartenstein and yeah, good pickups.
Nuggets are a free agency loser in my mind because now you almost wrote in your fate that you're not getting back to where you were.
Yeah.
oh
Jokic is
yeah,
good, but he ain't that good.
oh yeah, I think they're gonna look
Um,
good, but not. Yeah, they're not.
Warriors, how we feeling?
Yeah.
I feel better if you get Laurie Marketing.
Yeah.
They got to make some type of move. They go into season like this. It's
I feel like that team not even a play-in team right now.
oh no,
They're not. I think the
they,
Rockets make the play in over them next year. By the way,
of course they missed the play in with Clay. How you think they're gonna no?
because the Rockets drafting Reed Shepard, chef's kiss.
I do like the Warriors young players though. I want them to get some more minutes.
They can get
Especially
some in
Moody though.
Cancun.
Moody don't get the minutes I want him to get, but he produces every time.
Yeah. All right. Now the two we saved. Well, the one team we saved because we kind of spoke on the Heat. I already said we're free agency losers. Pat Riley fell asleep next to the phone again.
He did. He did.
Now the team that we are waiting that I saved for the end for a reason. Philadelphia 76ers.
Tight.
Here you go. Here you go. Els, how you feeling?
He just told you how you feel right there.
I don't know, bro. I'm trying not to get too happy, bro, because niggas, we felt this way when we got James Harden, bro. So it's just like we just gotta see how it play out. But I feel better than I feel like this is a better team than the James Harden team. So only thing that we're missing is a power forward, and hopefully within the next few days we can either. Well, I mean, we got pieces on our team that can move up to the power forward, but we don't have like a true power
Actual
forward.
four. Dorian Finney-Smith is what we are looking at. I'm pretty sure that's the elephant in the room. We're just gonna go ahead and say it. Dorian Finney-Smith
Dorian
is
Finney-Smith
who you probably want.
who was the other name they was throwing?
Everybody keeps saying Caleb Martin.
Yeah,
But he's not a
Caleb
four.
Martin. Yep,
He's not a four though.
But I know, but he could play the two. So you put him at the two, and you move either Paul George or Kelly Oubre to the four.
You know what my favorite lineup for y'all is. If I had it my way, I like the lineup of Jared McCain, Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre Jr., Mr. Paul George, and Joel Embiid. Just sound like money up to me.
Yeah, and I like that lineup too, but for some reason the Sixers fans are just stuck on that McCain is too small to play beside Maxey, and I'm just like,
and
Well, I
you
just don't
know
think they start him off rip. I think that's
they
maybe later
might
on
not,
down the
but I
line.
bet you we could see that before the season is over.
Oh yeah, for
yeah,
sure. But
oh
And
I
you
yeah,
just
for
don't
sure.
know the thing about it with me is if Jared McCain is the worst defender in my lineup, I'm okay with that.
well,
Yeah,
it
I
depends.
am too, as long as he productive on the offensive side. And I mean, shoot,
And you know he will be because he can play point guard.
yeah, and that's
That's
also another like thing that I've been seeing a lot of Sixers fans saying they don't know if he can facilitate. Which I mean, that wasn't his role at Duke, but I feel like that he can, bro. Like you know,
he can, bro. He was literally playing next to Rob Dillingham.
yeah,
He wasn't asked to do that.
right, right.
And I like Jared McCain. You know Jared McCain was my favorite prospect because I wanted him for my team.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, we got a whole. We still got a lot of roster. I think we got a few more roster spots we got to fill. But other than that, I like what Daryl Morey's been doing. Didn't nobody think that Daryl Morey was gonna do anything or
You know he only know like 15 players.
exactly. But somebody feeding them information. So
Something like that.
Yep. I love the Drummond pickup for you all.
Oh,
oh
sorry.
yeah, love the German pickup. I think
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that
Eric
give
Gordon
us
too.
you can take
It
Embiid
did.
off the court so much
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
and
can.
actually
You
feel
can. You can. You
comfortable.
can actually rest them. I
Yeah,
think you feel comfortable. The problem with Embiid coming off the court was, like we said, no one respected anybody on your roster outside of Embiid and Maxey. But now we respect Paul George because we know his pedigree. We're gonna have to give a little more respect to Kelly Oubre because now he's in one-on-one situations where he can do his own thing. Jared McCain, I think, is gonna be a stud. I think he might be my dark horse for rookie of the year, honestly. So, it's just gonna be so easy to thrive in you all's new system. It's just gonna be your system is a shooter's paradise
But
because you're gonna get a lot of open looks because they're gonna throw doubles at Maxey and Embiid. So if you can knock down a wide open shot in Philly, you can make a career out of yourself.
yeah.
The only asterisk I put next to y'all free agency is I would have brought back Buddy Hield. If it meant I like the Eric Gordon pickup, but if I could have brought back Buddy Hield instead of Eric Gordon, I probably bring back Buddy Hield.
It's still possible, but Buddy's gonna have to take a lower contract.
And yeah, and that's my thing. And like the reason I say that is because I mean it was Buddy first year. You got to give these guys a chance to jail.
Yeah, but that
You just do.
he just had this long stint with this.
He had a drop. He was in the
it was bad,
shooting
bro. I'm
drop.
talking about he won't hitting nothing. So I mean, I could kind of understand it from management. And then once you get in the playoffs, that was his first playoffs ever, and then you still wasn't doing too well until that elimination game. I think he hooped in an elimination game, or was it the
He
game before
did.
that?
He hooped in the elimination game.
Yeah,
So yeah. But I love the offseason for you all. I think it was a great offseason. That's
same.
what you
oh
want.
yeah, very productive.
You want and I think the biggest thing about you all's offseason was you ran it back. And what I mean by that is you technically did run it back because your main core was Maxey. Your main core was Maxey, Embiid, and Oubre were your three best players last year. And all three of those guys are back. You know what I'm saying? So I think
Yeah.
that's why this is a win for me.
And the
You were
biggest
able.
win, the biggest win is Tobias Harris is gone, bro. He's long gone, and he's robbing somebody else blind for all their money,
Hey,
and he's not doing it with the
better
Sixers
be
no more.
quiet. Tobias gonna give y'all 50 when he come back to Philly.
Hey,
Tobias gonna give y'all 50.
bro. You know what's crazy is I feel like that he's gonna have his career high against us, bro.
He's gonna give y'all 50.
He probably he come out there hitting post fades, dunking on people.
He gonna catch y'all on a night that either Paul George off or Paul George hurting a little bit. He gonna put that shoulder in Paul George's chest and go to work.
Man, bro.
You know Paul George got a history of getting big moments happening on him.
Loki. He my dog, but Loki.
I didn't talk. Go ahead.
Didn't Drummond play for Philly at one point before?
He did.
Yeah,
Okay,
2 years ago.
Okay.
They brought him
traded
back because
we traded him for James Harden.
it's smart pick bringing him back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the team that I did not bring up because I'm disappointed in them, my Miami Heat. I know we're trying to get DeMar DeRozan, but I just don't know. I'm so. He can because DeMar DeRozan was able to get his off on a team with negative spacing. At least we got spacing.
DeMar gonna get his. I ain't gonna lie.
DeMar and at least keep the ball out of DeMar hands in the clutch, and you will be okay. But DeMar was one of the best fourth quarter. I'm not, but I'm saying he doesn't have to do that no more. You got teammates. Our focus this season, if we do run it back with this team, pedal to the metal from day one. Jimmy stay healthy. And work our new big man into his role as being a center and run through Bam. Bam has been our best player. Bam has been our most consistent player. Jimmy has been our best player.
I'm just not sold at Bam at power forward, bro.
I mean, I am. He's thrived at center.
Wait, who's Bam at power forward?
We drafted a center to put Bam back in his natural position, and they want Bam to have a Giannis-esque type of role. Because he was doing it anyway. Bam was already bringing the ball down.
I like Bam at the four. It depends if you get the right five. You got to get the right five.
We drafted a new center who's a big physical center who can shoot a little bit. I'm glad we didn't end up with Zach Edey because that just would have pissed me off. I wasn't a Zach Edey fan for us. Hami's gonna get better. Terry Rozier will be fully healthy. So if we had to run it back with this team and we also picked up Alec Burke. If we had to run it back with this team and they stay fully healthy, I'm okay. But that's never a guarantee for us for some reason.
What's crazy is Alec Burke can really score though.
He can, and I think they picked him up for the case that Tyler Hero goes missing again in the playoffs. Tyler Hero has great regular seasons and just goes missing in the playoffs. I don't think he's gone because he's still a 40% shooter from the 3-point line. He just had a bad series. I don't think he's gone. I don't per se want him gone, but if they pick up DeMar DeRozan, he's probably gone.
Yeah, probably out to do. Can't even lie to you.
And I want to give Terry Rozier a shot. I just do. But man, I don't know.
Terry's kind of nice though. I like Terry.
He is nice, and we just deal with a lot of injuries.
Once he got his feet under him in Miami, because the first few games was rough, but after he got comfortable, he was hooping.
He was.
He's a bucket, bro. He always been a bucket.
He was consistent with it too, every night. Can't be mad at it.
1,000%. But man, that's free agency, folks. What y'all thinking?
It didn't pack him. And it showed you ain't know it though. That's the crazy part. You didn't know it.
Did I just unplug my monitor?
Yeah, you don't want it for real.
I guess I don't. Els, what you thinking?
I'm ready for what you call it start this weekend. Summer League.
Oh yeah, we got to see what we got.
Yes, sir.
Summer League is gonna be exciting. Summer League is always exciting.
Yes, sir. See these rookies and see some of these young guys that's been there. There's some old guys too. I thought it was a limit. I thought you only could be in the NBA for a certain amount of time. Bro, it's somebody that on the Sixers summer league team that's been in the league for 6 years, bro. I feel like that's cheating.
It ain't cheating.
You know the dude for the Lakers that he was almost in his 40s one time.
Yikes, bro.
They can send whoever they want to summer league, but some people not going to summer league. I'm not. You're never gonna see women your mama back in summer league.
Yeah.
Oh no. No.
So
Yeah. But man, you can see Bron in there if you want to.
I think you're going. Bronny's playing summer league. There's no way Bronny's not playing summer league.
Oh, I know Bronny. Bronny. I know he's playing.
Right.
Just come on now. You know them games.
Hey, come on, Ed. Come on.
You know them games.
Gotta secure our sponsor, bro.
No, definitely packed.
We definitely need to go to summer league next year.
Yeah, for sure.
I think summer league will be a nice trip because it's free. So summer league will be a nice trip.
Summer league, I feel like this is a vibe.
It definitely is. Man, I think this is a great
time when Zion was done. It's crazy.
It's because he dunked it.
Yeah, sound about right.
Man,
Marshawn Lynch with that touchdown caused the earthquake.
All right, then.
My fault, chance. Switch up the tempo.
But man, great show. Man, how y'all feeling? I think we covered every team.
Damn near.
Well, I do got a question for y'all.
We covered every team. I made sure. What's up?
If you had to give a super early prediction, who y'all got in the conference finals for each team? I mean, each side right now.
The conference finals. Probably Knicks and Celtics, and out west. I think Timberwolves probably can make it back, and I don't know why my heart wants to tell me that the Lakers can make a run, but for the realistic standpoint, I probably say Thunder and Timberwolves.
Yeah, I got the Thunder. And of course I got the Sixers. I think that like
The conference finals, not the NBA finals.
Conference finals.
So Sixers versus who?
Oh, okay. Sixers versus Boston, of course.
Okay.
You don't think the Knicks?
Nah, I feel like the Knicks lose to Boston, and I feel like we can beat the Knicks because like the Knicks.
You think y'all gonna be a 2 seed?
No, I'm not. I ain't gonna say.
Then y'all will play Boston.
Okay.
If you don't think you're a 2 seed, y'all will play Boston.
Yeah, well, we'll probably play. Well, I guess it'll shit. I think we'll beat Boston.
If y'all will beat Boston, but y'all don't think the Knicks can beat Boston?
See, they not us. They don't have a Joel Embiid.
They don't. Y'all don't have a what you call it though. Y'all don't have a team
and
deep
I think
enough.
this is what like a lot of people like miss like. And I stand on this. It takes about like 2 to 3 players to get the production that you get from a healthy Embiid.
But so that doesn't matter against certain teams, though.
I get they deep, but hey, you got to guard. If you got a healthy Embiid, bro, to guard, you was in trouble.
But if you get a pandemic P game and you get a Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, even though he didn't do it every game, Jason Tatum had some master classes in this playoff. Say you get the Jason Tatum that remembers he's 6'10", it's hard to stop that. They're the best. To me, they're the best perimeter defensive team in the NBA. The best defensive team inside and out is the Timberwolves, but the best perimeter-centric defensive team in the NBA is the Celtics. So they're gonna live with Embiid dropping it. They're just gonna live with it.
I mean, they're gonna have to.
You believe the rest of you? What you bro? Like you.
They will probably just put it on the island. Do your thing. Or they gonna wall off and make Kelly Oubre beat me. Tyrese Maxey and Paul George not gonna beat them. Y'all gonna need a few Nicholas Batum games to beat a team like that. And it's not even because one, I have to give them respect as the former champions. But two, we just watched them do it to another great duo. We just watched them do it to a duo in the NBA Finals that we were looking at as an all-time type of duo. They froze everybody else out. Luka got his, yes, but Luka got his at what cost? Nobody else on that team did anything.
Yeah.
To be fair though,
and they can do it again.
Games, he did try to go out his way to set the team up, and everybody was just breaking.
He did, but everybody else failed. Yeah, exactly. And that's the same situation you're gonna run into with some of these teams.
Certain things said, I'm sure you feel me.
Exactly. And then y'all just play the Knicks.
Yeah.
Who us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all might have got better, but the Knicks got way better.
I understand that.
I just that's something somebody upset.
That's something you can't sleep on. It is. It's something you can't sleep on. I think you all. I think y'all second round matchup means a lot. And that's all I can say about that. Y'all second round matchup just means a lot. I feel like y'all get out of the first round because, like I said, it's only 2 teams that I think are better than y'all. But y'all second round matchup is gonna take a lot.
This might be one of the most hyped up East in a while, low key. When you really sit back and think
East is it's top heavy.
I mean,
but man,
it was one heavy at first, just one team.
I mean, it's still just top. It's still like the top. It's only like 7, 8 good teams out east. But anyway, back to it, man. We enjoyed y'all, man. We thank y'all for pulling up, hanging out with us. We did a live show in a while. Man, Els, Finesse, y'all got any words before we get out of here?
I'm glad to be back, man.
Make sure y'all like and subscribe. I
We
get
got a lot on the way, man. A lot on the way.
1,000%, man. But man, hey, I'm your host, Mr. Jethro. We got Els, we got Finesse, yeah, man. We out of here, baby. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, we ending. Still waiting on it to finish.